Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how I color separate my artwork. And I have here artwork I did for Rod's Rebar that is going to be used for screen printing. It's going to go on different color shirts, so right off the bat I'm going to show you how I always get my base. So make sure it's a RGB file that you're working in, and I'm gonna deselect everything and go to my red channel. I'm gonna grab that and I'm gonna copy it, I'm gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna invert the channel. I think it's Control I. Then I'm gonna double click and I'm gonna change that to white, so it'll be my base. Make sure it's at 100%. Make sure it's solid. Now I'm gonna go back into my layers, and everything that I don't really need to mess with right now, I like to either make it a solid white or a solid black. So when I'm gonna pick up this blue, it isn't picking up anything extra. Now, because we are in a RGB file, I'm going to be changing that blue to a red. So when I go to color select that, it'll pick up a lot easier. Alright, so now we're going to go to select. Oh, you got to click on a layer, go to select, go to color range, and now I'm on my reds, so that manually picked it already. I don't have to do anything else. Go to channels, go to new spot channel, change that to red, or sorry, change that to blue. Just close enough is fine. The inks are going to change anyways once you get to the screens. And there's that. So that's how I always get my reds, or I guess any color at that. I just kind of sift through my layers and whatever I don't need at the moment, I either change to a white or to a black, and then the color that I am selecting, I change to a red if I can, if it's possible, if everything's layered. And here I'm just going to make a rectangle. I find it's kind of easy to help select the gray instead of kind of using the dropper to find it. And then I made a white one so I could use it for my highlight white. So go to sample colors, click on the gray, and I usually leave it at like between 100 and 118. New spot channel, make that my gray. I do the same thing, but this will be my highlight white. Around the same range, between 100 and 118. I drop down the opacity to about 50, sometimes less, because I know once it gets to the machine, the pressure varies on how light or how bright you want that highlight white to come out. Now I'm going to duplicate this artwork and show you guys how I get my how I always get my black channel. So duplicate, drag it over, you have to go to image. Make sure you're on the file that you're gonna use for your black. You go to image, you go to CMYK, don't flatten, hit OK, and it's gonna convert from a RGB to a CMYK. Once that's done, make sure you turn off your black background, or else it's gonna select the entire thing. Now go to your channels, turn everything off. You'll just be using your black, and then you go to duplicate that, and there's your black. Now you drag and drop that into your RGB file. Blow that one back up, double click, make it a spot color, and then change it to black. So now I don't need any of this. I've got my grays, my blacks, blues. So I'm turning these groups, these shapes into white, so that when I go to select this brown, it's not picking up anything extra. Oh, we might need to change everything that's white. The brown is such a light color that it's picking up a lot of the white also. So we shouldn't have a problem now. And every piece is going to be different. This one I had to fight a little more than usual, just because I don't normally do browns. But once you do enough of these, you're able to figure things out kind of quickly. And here I'm just going to make a new layer because I need to get rid of this white without turning it off. So I made a new layer, filled it black. So now let's try that again. Select your brown. I think enough of the red channel will work. So now I'll make a new channel. Pick your brown. Here I'm just making the shirt color, so when I go to turn the channels on, I can kind of see what it looks like on a black background. So that's a good amount of brown. So now I'm just using the curves to darken that channel. There we go. So now I'm going to rearrange them how I think they would be set up on the machine, but it always varies once it gets into the printer's hands. So there it's all separated. There it's done. Now I'm just changing the color of the background to kind of match the color shirt that it might go on. Make sure you darken your bright colors pretty good, because you want them to be able to be pretty much solid, because they're going to get hit with a bunch of highlights and they're going to get hit with a bunch of shading. And you don't want a lot of the color, if a bright color, to be coming through the bright colors of ink. So here I'm going to affect an overlay so I can kind of turn off everything pretty quickly and get back to the original layout. And here I'm selecting the this text, that gray shading, black shading is going to go on top of. I'm going to go to my base, and I'm going to fill that in so it's a solid base behind that. That way, once you do get to your grays, your blacks, it's coming out a lot cleaner on the machine. So we're turning everything on, and that's it. Now I'm just selecting the hash marks and making sure that each channel has them. So when you go to print films, when you go to burn screens, they're on there, and you're not having to guess your alignment after doing all that work. Cool. So that covered it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 6-color job. Thanks, guys.